came back from the combine. It's a popular segment. Maybe it's because it's popular because I traffic in rumor for only one time.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I've got 2 degrees. You know, I've got a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Michigan because I'm an artist. And then I have a Bachelor of Science because I'm a scientist of journalism.
Wow.
Okay. Although I shouldn't say an acronym. It's a BSJ.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So a BS in journalism, which also I think I use daily here.
Sure.
Right?
I think
what that means is
alone.
My point is this: 2
it.
points. One, I'm 1 degree shy of being Dr. Television.
I never thought about that.
Rich Eisen, PhD. Call me Dr. Eisen.
Okay.
That would be great to just walk around live to say that, but I don't because I can't. Point 2, I don't traffic in rumor. I don't do that. I traffic in facts until I come back from the combine and just want to give you everything. It's an idea of just what it's like at the NFL scouting combine where chatty Cathys everywhere. Everywhere. Telling you this, telling you that. And I came back from the combine and I missed completely on one of the rumors. One of the rumors was I heard that Trey Lance was going to be an option for the Vikings if Cousins leaves. That didn't happen, as we all know.
No.
They got Sam Darnold, who they had to have targeted at the combine. So here I am hearing, Trey Lance could be an option, and there's no question already talking about Sam Darnold at that point in time. And the other rumor I missed on, that also, by the way, included me saying I heard the Cowboys' sense of going all in was them doing nothing in free agency and just sticking with the plan and not signing anybody and going all in. I was right about that one. Oh, my God, was that rumor spot on. But the one
to Rico Dowdle
but with all due respect, right?
Come on.
But the one that I said that got, I think, a lot of heat because it involved a New York sports franchise was that the Giants were done with Daniel Jones. And I also said, while saying that the Giants are done with Daniel Jones, that they knew they had to use him this coming year unless they were going to go and draft a kid. And that's what I can't wait to see from the Hard Knocks that just started. The Giants letting Hard Knocks cameras in on a ton of meetings in the offseason.
So many.
Prior to free agency, and we have yet to see, if I'm not mistaken, the prior to the draft ones, right?
Not yet, right. That was teased where they were
correct,
kind of praying for Malik Neighbors.
But what we've seen already, Joe Shane having some fun going up to, I believe it's Dan Morgan of the Carolina Panthers, saying, you want to move up or something like that. And Brandon Beane, he went up to Brandon Beane. You want to move up? And at one point, I believe Morgan says, how about giving us, what do you say, 2 1s for Brian Burns or something like that? I'm not quoting it directly, but no,
something like that.
That might have been, those cameras might have captured the moment where the Giants are like, wait, we can get Brian Burns? Which they did. But about the rumor that the Giants had already made their decision that Daniel Jones ain't the guy and they were done with him, but we're going to realize that he's their best option for the year at $40 million in the contract that they put together for him 2 off seasons ago, predicated them having 2 years of his services before they could just get out. And this would be year 2, unless they go ahead and draft a kid. This is what Joe Shane, I believe he was with his director of player personnel in his office and another member of their front office. when he volunteered the fact that Daniel Jones was an option for them this year. And not only that, the reason why he didn't perform last year, or his performance last year, did not cause them to lose complete faith in him. As a matter of fact, it was the circumstances surrounding him, injury-wise, offensive line-wise, that caused Joe Schoen to think this about Jones for 2024.
The reality is facts.
Yeah.
3 serious injuries in 2 years.
Yeah.
We need to protect ourselves. He didn't have much of a chance this year. That's legit. Like your offseason, the 4 guys, your core guys that were going to play together played less than 60 snaps together.
Yep.
We got Miami, we got 3 practice squad guys playing for us.
Yeah.
Like, nobody could, like, you could have Pat Mahomes and he can't win it behind that.
Well,
I'm not giving up on, like,
yeah.
He's under contract for 3 more years. Just protecting ourselves because best predictor of the future is the past.
Not giving up on him. So, as I'm hearing at the combine that they are totally giving up on him, they haven't given up on him. Here's 2 things. First of all, I have no problem, by the way, being wrong about this. This is a rumor I heard from multiple people. Anytime I come back from the combine, it's something that I've heard from different individuals. It's not just one time and then I'm coming back. It's stuff that I hear all the time. Could those folks have been wrong? Thus me coming here and saying it into a mic been irresponsible? I come here bearing thoughts from the combine. They're not my reporting, although that's the way it is aggregated, that I'm reporting this. I guess I'm reporting I'm hearing this.
Right. Yeah.
That said, I do want to hear later on, will we see it? And I hope we will. And it's possible that we will because the Giants let all this stuff out. There's also a part here where he talks about Saquon Barkley with a whole group of individuals in his office talking about what are they going to do with Saquon. And he basically said that Jones making what he's making, he said that, quote, you're paying the guy $40 million. It's not to hand the ball off to a $12 million 27-year-old back, is what he said.
They were really hung up. I don't know if you noticed this too, TJ. They were really hung up on Saquon's age when they were having this discussion. And they were noting that Josh Jacobs
picked up on that one.
was a year younger and other free agent backs were younger.
That he's closer to the magical 30 or he's getting up there and you're paying him $12 million.
And they actually doubted that anyone was going to give him any type of big contract in free. It was really interesting.
And for that to go out there and now filter its way down the turnpike to Philadelphia, I am sure will be something that will be, that definitely made it into Saquon's orbit. Yeah. And then will no doubt be fully discussed and rehashed in between weeks 4 and 5 of the upcoming season prior to the Giants hosting Saquon in MetLife. And the Giants putting that out there, kudos to you, because that's the stuff we want to see as a fan and hear as a fan.
Well,
there's real-life conversations that go on in a general manager's office.
That you assume in other seasons of Hard Knocks leading up to the season, that stuff gets edited out. They get a one look at that and they're like, no, we can't have that.
Maybe some teams do that, but the Giants didn't do that, to their credit. And so the thing is, if that stuff gets out or is put out there, will we see anything to do with what I believe is fully reported out and established, that the Giants were blowing up New England's phone line for Drake May? Blowing it way up. Now, that could be more rumor and conjecture, but I've heard that from more than 2 people. I've heard that from half dozen, and I don't even think they made too many bones about it. They were kicking the tires. J.J. McCarthy told us the day before the draft the Giants had him in on Easter Sunday to throw. Now, that's due diligence on a quarterback. Everybody has to do those things when you're drafting that high, so on and so forth. But that's if you stick around at 6. You're not moving up to 3 to take J.J. McCarthy, I don't think. Will we see those conversations? And I'm not doing this just to cover tracks or try and revitalize the viability of a rumor that I heard coming back from the combine. Again, so everyone understands, I do not care if I am off on that. It's just something I heard from multiple people. But I can't wait to see that part of Hard Knocks. Will we see the conversation, any part of the conversation?
Yeah, second episode comes out tomorrow, so I'm dying to see.
Well, I imagine how many episodes are going to be? 4, 5, 6, or something like that?
I would imagine 4, I'm guessing.
Maybe take it up to the actual Hard Knocks with the Bears, which I think starts at the end of this month. So I imagine those won't overlap. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe the draft will be the finish or the second to last. And as we all know, if anybody's a big fan of any HBO series, second to last is always big. Game of Thrones, Sopranos, keep going down. I mean, you can go down the list of great HBO shows. It's never the last one of the season. It's second to last. So just keep an eye on all that. And then, of course, I will just offer one last pushback because
there's 5 for the Giants.
There you go. That I am, I believe I could say this, although I don't consume everyone else's programs since we're up against them. I'd like to think that we are the most running back friendly program of its kind. I would push back that, you do keep the $12 million running back for your $40 million a year quarterback. Especially since the best you've ever seen your $40 million a year quarterback play was in a playoff game where the $12 million running back was equally as lit. And that mesh point stuff.
He wasn't making $40 million at that point.
I'm just saying those are the numbers attached to the same humans who cash the checks. Okay? So the guy who's making $40 million,
thank you.
I think is made better by the guy who's making $12 million.
If they were only paying him $30 million, they could have had.
Well, but that's the whole point. Just like, so if you're paying him less money, no, I know where you're going to try and have some fun with it.
Sure.
But if you're paying him less money, then it's okay to have the guy who makes him better and makes everyone else better. And I'd rather the mesh point stuff that causes probably a ton of confusion with the defenses trying to decide which runner has the ball, your quarterback who can run, or your running back who can dominate while running. I think it's better that it's happening in your backfield than in the backfield that has Jalen Hurts in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way. When I heard that, I'm like, okay.
Would we be making as big a deal about this if Saquon had gone to a different team, like not their direct rival?
Of course it's bigger because he went to their direct rival.
So
of course it's bigger. He's in division. Dude.
But will we care that they didn't re-sign him?
Do you think that at the very end of the day, the Clippers might miss Paul George? They may not. But they only got to see him twice.
Yeah. Like I said, they're not going to give him the Golden State.
It's twice out of 80. This is twice out of 17. And the Sixers aren't standing in the direct path of the Clippers, although if they do, to salute TJ, that means the ultimate TJ Jefferson Palooza, which is for the Larry O.B. The Eagles are standing in the way of the Giants. You know, and that was another remarkable moment in the Hard Knocks series is John Mara coming into the office saying, I don't know if I really want to lose Saquon to Joe Shane. Coming into Joe Shane's office.
It's going to make you nervous, right?
And then I don't know if the offseason Hard Knocks will be updated at the very end of episode 5 of what we saw Malik Neighbors was up to over the week.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Whose job is it to show John Mara that video?
I mean, show him why.
I don't know. I mean, he has every right to go to a house of dance.
He's just enjoying himself.
Has every right. That is true.
He's doing? He's reinvesting into the community.
There
People
you go,
don't
TJ,
look at it like that.
Thank
you know
you
what I'm
very
saying,
much.
Fuller?
Right.
He's reinvesting.
Very good.
Come on.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.